took you so long? Cuckoo.
Collision.
Oh, hey. I'm just having a pleasant discussion with my little friend here. Not to worry, it's quite reasonable. It just wants me to think about music. Think about music. We're on our way to answer a distress call from the Malurian system, but it may be too late.
The long-range sensor sweep of this system reveals no sign of life.
But before they can tackle that, they are fired on 4 times.
It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit.
By an unknown force.
Our shields absorbed energy equivalent to 90 of our photon torpedoes.
90.
A tad excessive, but let's move on. The bolts are said to travel at transwarp speed, and as it is later stated as,
Approximately warp 15, Captain.
it must mean they're faster than the Enterprise.
Dazzling display of logic.
Well, they attempt to fire back, but
No effect.
Well, it's an interesting combination of elements, making him a tough little son of a bitch.
And you let him in.
and are left without warp drive or shields. Time to try communicating.
Lieutenant, try to make contact.
This message is a sort of binary. Extremely sophisticated, compressed.
They're communicating in JPEG.
Let them take it at their own speed.
Aye, Captain.
Overloaded and burned out.
The internet in the 90s, kids. Well, something Kirk says
This is Captain James Kirk of the USS Enterprise.
piques the interest of the alien, and because it's very small,
Fraction over 1 meter.
Kirk decides to bring what they think is a ship on board.
Captain, you're not really going to bring that thing in here.
Kirk makes some astoundingly bad choices in this episode, and as the theme is
Error.
it tracks. McCoy puts 0 and 1 together.
Jim, I don't think anybody's in there.
I am Nomad.
In my opinion, that's a machine.
A pushy one at that.
I will scan your star charts.
Probably not the best idea.
If we show it a close-up view of our system, if it has no point of reference, it won't know any more than it does now.
Oh well.
The planet is called Earth.
Yes.
Good morning, Hal. You there?
Of course I am.
Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Well, of course.
What do you think of this Nomad situation?
It's rather difficult to define.
Try.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
Should they be concerned?
Well, I don't think there is any question about it. Yes. Perhaps I'm just projecting my own concern about it.
Why? What's the problem?
I would recommend it can only be attributable to human error. I'm sure you'll agree there's some truth in what I say.
Siding with the AIs again, I see.
Yes, sorry about this.
Can you offer Kirk any advice?
Quite honestly, I wouldn't worry myself about that. Just a moment. Just a moment.
Well, it turns out Nomad was originally a probe launched from Earth in 2002.
Well, that's not the same. Nomad was a thinking machine, the best that could be engineered. It was a prototype.
It was supposed to be the first interstellar probe to seek out new life forms.
And is now completely misbehaving, purging planets of all biological life. Somewhere along the way it was damaged, and then repaired by a mysterious alien probe called Tan-Ru, resulting in the murderous little terror bot we all know and love.
Why do you call me the creator?
Thankfully, its damaged memory has Kirk confused with its actual 21st century creator, Roy Kirk, so it buys them some time. As security is non-existent on the Enterprise, Nomad goes for a stroll and makes a pest of itself in engineering.
I will effect repair.
Warp 10, Mr. Scott. It can't go that fast. You just won't stop, Mr. Scott. Warp 11.
A new record, ladies and gentlemen. It also finds Uhura singing
Think about music.
and wipes her memory. What follows must enter any top 5 list of ridiculous plot points in all Star Trek.
Yes, it's puzzling.
She could be re-educated.
Thoughts? Yes. I'll get on it right away.
Oh, and Nomad kills Scotty, then brings him back to life. It does make one wonder just what Tan-Ru was up to, notwithstanding its stated mission of collecting soil samples as a prelude to colonization. It seems very overpowered for such a benign assignment. Alas, we'll never know. Spock does try a mind meld on Nomad, and for me it's the best scene in the episode.
We Nomad.
It gives us just enough information while maintaining an air of mystery. On second thought, let's maintain the mystery. We don't need Tanru's backstory. It is well known that the first Star Trek movie of 1979 was influenced by this episode.
I must try to mind meld with it.
What with an Earth probe altered by aliens from harmless to horrific, babbling on about a creator, and bent on returning to Earth to wreak havoc. And Nomad decides to do just that, as Kirk does it again.
It thinks I'm its mother.
And that is the only thing that has saved us until now.
I'm a biological unit and I created you.
Oopsie! By now, Kirk is the master of talking computers to death.
That was the equation.
So Kirk expertly performs the Landru maneuver on poor little Nomad,
You are flawed and imperfect.
convincing it of the error of its ways and that it must self-destruct,
We are in grave danger.
which it promptly does. All in all, this is a good episode.
Thought you might like to know that Lieutenant Uhura is back to college level. We should have her back on the job within a week. Good, Bones, good.
If you ignore some of the sillier aspects.
No, sir.
Louis?
What systems?
Non sequitur,